Alright, so you can see my timeline's really starting to fill up here, but there's my last extrusion. That was for the front windshield. That was the sketch that we made it from. That was a work plane that we drew it on. So you can see how this timeline is starting to show the timeline of the project we've been making. You can always go back to certain stages and remove things, or fast forward all the way back to the end. So for this project, we're going to have two wheels. Those wheels are going to be made separately, but before we can actually make them, we need to set up an axle hole. So something for an axle to go through. I'm going to go to Sketch, click on one of those wheel wells, and I'm going to make a circle. So I click on circle diameter again, and I'm just going to kind of make a random circle to start. What we're going to be doing here is using the 1.75 millimeter filament as an axle. Now it varies a little bit, so it's actually best to do about 2.2 millimeters for our hole. So I just type that in, 2.2. Now obviously having the wheel center there is going to be a bit of a problem. So under my sketch panel, I've got another constraint I'm going to look at. This one is called concentric. Concentric means two circles that share a center point. So if I click on that circle and I click on that circle, it will move that so it's right in the center. That's good. Hit the escape key to get out of that command. I'm going to zoom out again and zoom back into the back wheel well. We're going to go to Sketch, Circle, Circle, center point again, and we're going to do the same thing. This time I didn't put a dimension in. I'm going to hit the escape key. I'm going to use two of my constraints again. So equals, I want this circle to equal this circle. That way if I change the size of that axle later, they both update. And I'm going to use concentric to say I want this circle and this circle lined up. We can stop that sketch, zoom out a bit, and we're going to extrude that hole through. So I got my extrude command again, come into that hole, got that one, and I've got that one, and cut all the way through. This time, instead of just doing a random distance, let's try doing all. And that'll make sure that that hole always goes all the way through our object. Make the cut, and there is our new axle hole.